Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Sync24 TV. This is the Nationalist show with Kennedy Abongo. Our topic for today is, did the United States of America help President RUTO win in just the concluded general elections? I did not want to discuss this particular topic. However, considering what has happened in the past week, this week in particular, I thought it best that we may now consider it, especially that these rumors have now grown not just to be rumors. The sources that they are now coming from makes it more critical that we discuss this topic. Before we do that, do kindly subscribe and click that notification bell so that you're notified whenever we post. I believe you have done so. So, there are rumors that USA indeed helped President Ruto win the presidency at the expense of Raila Odinga. The reasoning for looking into this is because Raila himself, the reason rather that I thought now we can actually look into this particular topic is that Raila himself spoke about it this week. He said that foreign countries helped President Ruto win the presidency. He did not mention the United States by name, but the intimation, or if you pick from that statement, then he pointed to the United States in particular. In retrospect, because then I thought, well, why would he think that foreigners helped Ruto win the election, and in particular the United States? I thought then in retrospect that to look at how the United States Embassy in Kenya in particular behaved during the elections. So if you look at what they did just before the election, the issuance of that travel advisory, what was the purpose of it? Was it intended to create anxiety among the voters and therefore ensure that people who are set to travel home to vote, or the western side of the country to vote, would not go for fear of violence, or what? Because in most of Ruto's stronghold, particularly the Kalenjin region, most of them are not in Nairobi, and therefore there was no need for them to travel home, because they took their voters, they registered in their region, and most of them stayed there and therefore voted there. There was no really the advisory or anything would not impact them because they were in their region. But many from the western side, and Nyanza in particular, were working in Nairobi. And this therefore can explain the reason why so many people in Nyanza region did not vote. I'm not saying that that is the reason, but it can be part of the reason that these people did not travel for fear that violence may eventually erupt, and therefore disrupt their travel plan, or that they may be eventually be blocked from coming back to the city where they work. So in my view, the travel advisory dampened the spirit of the people who are set to travel, but also caused anxiety among the general public, especially from that particular region. The actions, in my view, impacted the turnout. It may have not really impacted, but contributed to the turnout in those regions. In addition to other factors, I think it did contribute to that. No wonder then we can say, if you look at these things in wholesome, that the low voter turnout in Western and in Nyanza was as a reason of this advisory, which were indeed very unnecessary. If you look at it again in retrospect, why did they have to do it at that particular time? And why did they give that travel advisory on the eve of the election? So these are things that don't just happen unless they are well calculated. And therefore, our answer to the question, did USA help Ruto win the election? The answer to that question would be, in my view, 80% yes, they did. In a way, by issuing those travel advisory, and in fact, the very fact that Right Honorable Raila Odinga himself spoke about it then lends a lot of credence to that kind of, or to our conclusion that indeed they helped Ruto win the presidency. So we expect to see more to unfold in the coming weeks either to discredit our position or to give it more strength. Otherwise, viewers, thank you for watching. We welcome you to leave a comment down below whether or not you agree with our position.